Welcome, everyone, and thank you all for getting on. Looks like a good crowd tonight. I'm Dr. Gene De Lucia, and this is our Wednesday evening. Well, for me, it's 9 p.m. For all of you, it's earlier. But I love this. Tonight, I have the pleasure of introducing a friend of mine, Jessica Crate. She's a Pro 6. She's now out of Park City, Utah. Isn't that correct, Jessica? Is that where you're at? And first of all, I wanted to congratulate you. I saw on Facebook that you're expecting. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's
That's great.
it's an activated baby for sure.
No, that's good. That's good. Jessica's been with the company. I don't know how many years that we've known each other, Jessica, but I just asked her to get on tonight and tell her story. It's very interesting, very unique, and I'm kind of sent her little questions beforehand. So Jessica, if you will, go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Gene, it is such an honor to be on here with you. And I believe we're going on 2 high fives. I think it's almost been a decade, and I don't feel a day older than the day I met you. And you haven't aged a bit either. So something's working, right? But thanks so much for having me on. It's definitely such a blessing to connect with so many like-minded and love-minded people all across the globe. Thank God for technology, and it's so great to, meet you all virtually. High fives and hugs through the line here. Those of you that are brand new to learning more about what I like to call life from a new vantage point, welcome. And those of you that have been at this for a while, we are part of something incredible. And I couldn't be more excited about not only where we've come from, but where we're headed. And so grateful to be here today with all of you. And, Dr. Gene asked me to share a little bit more about, my background and, why I'm here. You're probably like, why is she talking tonight? So my background is I'm former medical device and pharmaceutical sales. When I was a kid, those of you on here, think about when you were a kid. Like, what did you want to be? For me, I wanted to be a doctor. My dream was to be an orthopedic surgeon, go into medicine, and work with athletes. I was an athlete myself. And so that was my goal. And so my whole life trajectory was geared to be like hanging out with people like Dr. De Lucia. And then, along that journey, things changed. And I got into the medical device field and then got recruited by pharmaceuticals. And oh my goodness, back then it was a great lucrative career to be in. But at the end of the day, I'm sure some of you are on here because you weren't happy. You got stuck in some sort of job. And for me, it was like a corporate grind, this day in, day out thing where I'd wake up the next day and I'm like, I got to do that all over again. And, it was hard to think outside of that because the money was good. The benefits were good. And it was kind of this cushy career where you could just get complacent. And I got really scared one day because I started to get complacent. I was like, there's got to be more than this. I started to realize that, being an underdog in a big world in corporate America, that working your way up the ladder, I'm like, well, where am I going with this ladder? Like, what am I striving for? And, I was praying for a way out of the industry. And it's a hard industry to leave because you're like, what else could I do that can utilize my skills and background? What else can I do that can pay me what I deserve and what I'm worth? Like, is anything going to pay me what I'm worth? And then where can I get the training and the skills? And so I was looking for something. I was praying for something. And I don't know if any of you have felt the same way, or you're talking to someone and maybe you're on here and you're just like, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Well, that was the business side. And then from an athletic side, I wasn't always an athlete. I was a runner and a multi-sport athlete, but dove into running and did marathons and triathlons. And as an elite endurance athlete, you're doing a lot of damage to your body, right? You are just hammering the pavement, you are breaking your bones, you are injured all the time. And so for me, I'm like, there's gotta be an answer so I don't have to keep getting injured. Because, as an athlete, when you're competing at a high level, those of you that are athletes on here, you want to perform at your best. You want to recover at your best. And you want to train at your best. You don't want to set back. And even if you're not performing or competing, who wants to be healthy all the time? Everyone. Who wants to feel good all the time? We all do. Who wants to sleep just a little bit better, wake up feeling just a little bit more refreshed and have a little bit more energy? We all do. And so those two things were driving factors for me to say, I need to figure out a way to stop getting injured. And I've got to figure out a way to get out of this corporate grind, but I really want to make an impact. And so a friend of mine who I competed with in cycling, we competed against each other in pharmaceutical sales, we sold in the same territories, and we lived in the same area. And he saw my struggle and he was like, Jessica, I see you continually getting injured. I found something, and it's this little yellow activator. I found an answer. And at first I laughed. I'm like, dude, thanks, but no thanks. Get in line, because there's about 50 other people that want to share their thing with me and try to get me on their thing. Right. And then, but he was persistent. And if you take away anything from tonight, be patiently persistent, because he was, and he shared with me the studies. He then shared with me the science. And back when I first heard about this amazing little yellow activator, there was only 3 peer-reviewed studies. Dr. De Lucia knows. Now we have over 28 peer-reviewed studies. But he sat me down and he said, hey, I know you're kind of like me in this industry. You're not really feeling it. And you know that there's a bigger answer. You know that there's a greater opportunity out there. I think I figured it out. And I think somebody shared this with me, and I want to share it with you because I think if you see what I do, we could do this together. And fortunately, he chased me down for 6 months, kicking and screaming, because I was like, network marketing, no way. But yes, okay, fine. So finally, I start taking this little yellow activator. But it wasn't until I hit rock bottom in athletics. I fractured my foot training for the Olympics and the marathon. I snapped my foot in the Boston Marathon, finished the race on a broken foot. But as you can imagine, I did more damage to my body by running on a broken foot, ended up in a medical tent. And I remember in 2011, in April of 2011, sitting in a medical tent and having doctors and people and friends at my side going, oh my goodness, Jess, we think you broke your foot. And I was supposed to be running the Olympic trials that year and going to London the next year for the Olympics. And all of a sudden, everything in my world came crashing down. And I'm on here today because I hope my story inspires you to not get injured and to get up and get moving before it's too late. And, that day I remember sitting there with my foot in a boot and ice packs on and going, not only did I just shatter my foot, but I shattered my dreams of going to the Olympics. And now what am I going to do? I got to go back to my life-sucking job lugging drugs around Florida. And so I finally said yes, started taking this amazing little guy. And within 2 weeks, I started recovering faster. I used to deal with horrible insomnia being in corporate America. I would chug energy drinks in the morning, drink a pot of coffee, take one to go, struggle in the afternoon to try to find something else to keep me alive for the rest of the day. And then I'd struggle going to sleep. And so it was this vicious cycle for my health. And I'm telling you guys, it was powerful, because when you start to feel better internally, you start to do better externally. And so not only did my sleep improve, my energy improve, but the inflammation in my injury went down and I started to recover. I ended up recovering in half the time that my therapist said I would, and rebounded from injury to run my second fastest marathon time that same year at the New York City Marathon. And then consecutively stayed injury-free, qualified for 5 world championships in triathlon, and went on to live a healthy, vibrant life for 8.5 years, up until last year. And last year, I tore my ACL snow skiing. So, you're like, oh, awesome. She got on this little yellow activator. Well, guess what? I also got on what we call the Tri-Synergizer. And I've been taking all of our products since since we got into this and since the company's research has continued to grow, there is not one day I won't put any of these things in my body because I know how great they work. Number one, I know the science behind it. And I know that when your body's functioning optimally, you can perform optimally in life. So after tearing my ACL last year, right before the pandemic hit, I ended up having to go into surgery, completely tore my ACL, MCL, medial meniscus. My surgeon said, Jess, you can't do more damage to your knee, so you might as well go on your incentive trip. So I was hobbling around Cancun. Any of you that saw me last year, I was with a boot, a cast, and in crutches, and went into surgery. And doctors tell you typically 9 months to come back and be able to run and walk normally and do all the things. Well, within 3 months, my doctor, who also did Tiger Woods surgery, so he knew what he was doing, recovered in half the time, less than half the time this time, and was back running, biking, cycling, and walking normally within 3 months. And which is amazing, just to know that when your body's functioning optimally, I don't encourage anyone to get injured, but I've already put to the test for you. So, but it's amazing how powerful our product line is. Now, I want to flip over real quick to the business side, because that's my product story. There will not be a morning I don't wake up, rip this packet open, and ingest it in my body. But more importantly, I think most of us on here are realizing throughout this pandemic that we have an amazing opportunity to leverage timing and leverage this social e-commerce world that we're a part of. And back in 2011, when I heard about this, I'm like, yeah, I'll take the product. Do I want to do your silly little side business? No. But I'm telling you guys, be patiently persistent with individuals, because people are praying for an answer. They're looking for a way. And for me, within a year and a half, I was able to replace the majority of my income, fire my boss, and go, hey, this is a viable income stream. And this is something that I could really hang my hat on and utilize to help and bless other people's lives. So it's really fun for me because not only am I psychologically unemployable, but you guys, the opportunity behind this little yellow activator and behind this company is powerful. It's something that people can say, hey, if you've got one of these devices and it's not making you money, let's teach you how. And, through the pandemic, business has grown. We've grown from 3 countries to over 20 countries in the world. We can connect with people all over the world via Zoom, via our app. And, this past year, I was able to take a month off. In no other job could I have taken a month off to plan a wedding. And so that's really my why in this business, is to go, hey, if you're seeking a way out, there is not only a business that you can do for yourself, but not by yourself. You're surrounded, like you see on here, you're surrounded by a team of like-minded, love-minded, passionate, driven individuals who are like, hey, let me help you succeed. This is the coolest business I've ever been a part of. And it took a little poking and prodding to get me going, but I'm so glad I said yes. And I'm so glad that I came on board with this, because people are praying for an answer. You guys, we live in a world right now where people are looking to be activated. Health is our most important commodity. With it, we have nothing, right? And guess what? We have an answer. Every single living, breathing human and their pets need our products. They age. We have an answer to activating health and helping people live life from a new vantage point, and to opening up their eyes to go, if I can get my health back, I can get my time back, I can get my freedom back, I can get my life back. And then on the flip side, being able to work from home, Dr. De Lucia mentioned in the beginning, I'm expecting, and that's really one of my biggest whys now. I want to be able to raise my own kids. And that's always been a dream of mine, is to, show my kids geography, not just teach them out of a book, and to say, hey, this isn't something that you guys can do, that your families can do. And think of it like this, when I left pharmaceuticals, I got into franchising. and got into opening up fitness gyms and studios. And that's a lot of brain damage. Any of you on here that have opened up a franchise or just a brick and mortar know the pain that goes into it. So think of this business like your micro franchise. Guess what? Starts right here. Your micro franchise that you can launch and get your return on investment within a week, and continue that return on investment every week, and then every day, every month, and start leveraging that so that you're making money while you're sleeping, but you're blessing other people's lives. Because guess what? In order to grow in this business, in order to lead people, in order to help people succeed, you only grow by helping other people. And the world needs more people that come alive. Can I get an amen to that, you guys on here? Like, the world needs more people that come alive, right? So, I'm blessed to be on here with such amazing humans like yourselves. And thank you all for taking that leap of faith. And if you're on the fence, do your due diligence, because there are 4 keys. There's actually 6 pillars to a perfect storm when you're looking at like an opportunity. Should I jump in? Should I start sharing this? Should I take a leap of faith? The answer is yes, but why? Well, number 1, you have to build belief in the 4 pillars of this industry and yourself. So the 4 pillars: A, you build belief in yourself. Build belief in you, because you are worth it. We get one shot at this beautiful thing called life. So invest in you. Number 2, build belief in our product line. We have incredible products in this industry, incredible products in our business, in our back office, on our shopping carts, on our website. Life-changing, game-changing products. Number 3, build belief in our company. Look at the stock ticker. Look at our corporate staff. Dive deep into that and make sure that you're familiar, because the more you dive deep, the more you try to poke holes into this, the more excited you're going to get. And then the last thing is build belief in the industry. The network marketing profession, yes, you guys, it's a profession. The network marketing profession is a leading industry. It is leading the way in how people do life these days. Retail is dead and dying. We know this. We see it happening before our eyes. And if people are going to shop online, why not shop from your website, help their health, and bless other people doing it? So build belief in those 4 pillars. And on the flip side, you guys, the opportunity that we have with this is super exciting, because you want to be a part of something that has a product. And these were some of the keys that I looked at, because I was approached by a lot of things. And right now people are looking for home-based businesses. I had a conversation with someone today who's in another company. Awesome. Guess what? We don't compete with anyone. And we're not in the business of competing. We are in the business of collaboration. So look at this like, guess what? We're cutting through the noise. We are the world leaders in nutrigenomics. We are paving the way in biohacking. And guess what? With our body care line, our True Science body care line coming out in a few months here, we are going to be breaking through the noise and cutting through and making history with something that's Nerf2 activated, merging with CBD. Huge, you guys. And to be on the forefront of medical technology and innovation, but on a healthcare perspective in nutrigenomics, nutrition for your genes, biohacking, hacking your biology to achieve optimal health potential, is so exciting. So understand that A, our products are category creating, they're consumable, and guess what? They're so affordable. They're even more affordable now that we have free shipping, 30-day money-back guarantee, a friends and family referral program, so you can actually get your product free. So many amazing things that we have backing us, and all you guys need to do is shine. Just stand in your power and shine and share this with other people, because you're on here because you know that you're onto something huge, or you've started something huge, or you just heard of something huge. So my advice to you guys is to get laser focused on what it is you want in life, and you utilize what we have here as life from a new vantage point, and a vessel to fuel your passion. what this has afforded me is time freedom, is the blessing of friends that have become family, and products that have just, you know, lit up my health and my life. But something that I can be like, hey, I can look someone in the eyes now. I couldn't do this in pharmaceutical sales. I can look people in the eyes now and go, guess what? I don't know how it's going to help you because everyone's body is different, but I know this is going to help you in a positive way. And guess what? I look forward to hearing how. How cool is that, you guys? To know that you have like this amazing gift, and all your job is to, you know, find people's pain, wants, needs, and desires. Everyone has goals and visions, and it's about helping people uncover theirs, aligning it, and helping them light up. Because guess what? These products help you light up. They light up your internal body, your external body. We have things that are lighting up your scalp now. So super cool opportunity, you guys. And I'm just blessed to be on here because I am excited to lock arms with each and every one of you. And so pumped to have this here. I feel so grateful for LifeVantage, for what we have going on, and really where we're headed, because we're just getting started, you guys. We're 10 years in, almost 11 years in, and we are just getting started. That's the secret. People are like, have I missed the boat? No way. Because back when I first joined, you had to fax in a form. Nowadays, you just click an app and it drop ships to your house. Like, how cool is technology? So get excited, be excited, you're invited. And you guys live a life that demands an explanation, and truly just cultivate that champion mindset in your own lives. Get laser focused on what you want, and then go help other people do that, because this business is not about you. It's about helping other people find what they want and do more of that. And that's the biggest blessing of this, is it's the ripple effect. Pay it forward more, find more ways to serve, and you'll be blessed tenfold in return. So Dr. De Lucia, I'm going to turn it back over to you. And thanks again for having me on, you guys, and hope that helped inspire you in some way, shape, or form.